Hey guys, back with another ATS video. We are back in the Freightliner Argosy. Been a while since we drove this. Just using a trailer that I had. Doesn't color match, but that's alright. It's close enough. Couple versions of this truck. This one I made first. Schneider Orange, basically. This one doesn't have side skirts down it, and I couldn't figure out why. It has something to do, I think, with it being a high roof versus a low roof. I'm not totally sure. I have a white version of this that has a 500 horsepower Detroit, 12.7 liter Detroit. That one has side skirts, but I couldn't find any option to do a side skirt in this one, so I just left it like it is. I tried changing the tanks to be the same as the other one, and that didn't work either. So I'm guessing it has something to do with the body. Don't know. So it doesn't matter. This one's running a 14 liter, 14 liter 60 series Detroit from Z Mods, 620 horsepower, 1,800 pound feet. It makes a good noise. Turbo's pretty loud. Was thinking about driving the other one because the other one has a 12.7 liter, and I've driven one of those. It's very realistic, but it's also pretty quiet. Doesn't make for a great video. This one, on the other hand, has a great turbo whistle. Sounds amazing. We're not heavy. 31,000 pounds. We're going on about 858 miles, so it'll be a long video. We're going to Del Rio, Texas. So pretty smooth sailing until we get maybe partway across Texas, and then we're going to be diving off to on the side roads here. I'll show you. So we're basically going to be running. This part's going to all the way to Fort Stockton. Fort Stockton ought to be pretty smooth sailing and pretty high speed. And then the rest of this part here will be a little more state routes. But should still be pretty easy. Shouldn't take us that long to do it. Once again, I love the interior of this truck. I'm familiar with it. Drove it for years. One of my favorite dashes, because everything is so legible. Look how big the speedometer and the tach is. It's easy to read from a distance. All the gauges are great. You know, they're a little cartoonish looking, maybe, but they're also super easy to read. I also like the little digital cluster there. It's got your speed in digital. You can change that to how many miles you have to empty, miles per gallon, temperature, time, odometer, temperature outside. And then this one I like because it's got your speed on the top and your cruise control set speed right below it, which makes it super nice. Let me double check. I think we might still be in... Oh, they got the wintertime thing going on here. I think we might still be in economy. We are. So let's do normal power mode. Because we're not that heavy. Okay. Wish they had a Freightliner Century. I haven't found one. Or an early Freightliner Columbia. Has the same dash as this.
Turn left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Turn left.
Just wondering if our trailer wheels are... No, they're not all the way back. So I believe it's 620 horsepower in this truck, in this engine. Should get the green light here. Running 18 speed with 18 speed Eaton with 264 gears. got your gear listed right there on the dash. Never drove one of these in real life, but I did drive a Freightliner Century, which had basically the same interior. Just long nose truck. I'm about a quarter of the throttle. I'll wait till I get to the highway on-ramp here, and then I'll get in it. Couldn't put the cat on the dash. It's not an option in this truck. This is a mod truck. So some of this stuff doesn't work.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
It's easy to forget this is a cab over. I don't know where they're going. They're turning right. turbo whistle. Sounds amazing. Although I can tell you that in real life that would get annoying. Even the 12.7 liter that I drove had quite a bit of turbine whistle.
Go straight on. Keep left. Keep left.
I will say for 620 horsepower, this truck does not feel very fast. And I kind
Go
of
straight
wonder if I've got the gearing set a little bit too tall. Speaking of that, let's reset it. I think it did reset. We were sitting at 7.8 miles per gallon, which this truck's pretty efficient. As was my Freightliner Century with a 12.7 liter. I pretty regularly got 8 miles per gallon in that truck. Of course, it was only 380 horsepower or something. Well, let's see what it does. Just feels a bit underpowered for 620 horsepower. We're only carrying 31,000 pounds too. We're not heavy. I do think I remember though that when we scaled this truck out one time, that it was surprisingly heavy. That the truck itself, empty, was surprisingly heavy. Definitely ought to go up to the next gear.
Go straight on.
Put it in manual mode. See if we can force it. I think I've mentioned this before a bunch, but I do wish there was a way to just, like when I'm in automatic mode, to tap on the upshift button and have it upshift. To have it override it, you know? Because we could certainly have been sitting there in 8 high that whole time. Peak torque in this engine's a little bit higher up the chain than some of the other engines. the volume down a little bit, guys. Shouldn't affect you guys here, but the drone and the turbo gets, it sounds amazing, but it does get old. And even in my Schneider truck, the 12.7 liter, the turbine whistle did get to be a bit over the top at times. Really couldn't hear the engine mechanically. The exhaust note was pretty quiet in my Schneider truck, but you can definitely hear the turbine noise just from under the hood. Really couldn't hear it like in the exhaust stream, but you could hear it under the engine bay. Somebody's blowing my phone up. Give me a second, guys. Let me double check it. Got a bunch of like notifications, and it's like, what is that? Yeah, I never drove an Argosy. Station up here that makes us go in. Curious to weigh the truck. Yeah, see, 82,000 pounds, and we've only got 31,000 pounds of cargo. Really strange. So this truck is heavy. See how it likes to rev? Which in automatic mode it won't do. this would have been the section where we could have hauled ass across. We're not doing so great on the fuel economy side. It was saying 7.8 previously, but we've definitely been hammering it a bit. Fuck is going on? 38 fucking miles an hour. Jesus Christ. Be interesting to drive the, there's a Freightliner FLD in here too. It doesn't have the same gauge cluster, but it's sort of similar. I also really like the International 9800 as a cab over. It's got a very, very short wheelbase. Yeah, I think the biggest issue with this truck is that for whatever reason, it's really freaking heavy. Tell it's a not a 6-cylinder engine brake, I don't think. long nose Freightliner FLDs, I think that's what they're called. They have a cab over, but I don't think there's a the long nose variety. The radar crews got freaked out. Notice something on the speedometer there. I'm going 85 nearly. And you notice how the needle is above the 85, so the little dot for the speed is actually above the number. So when it's on that number, you can still read the number. 75. Look at the 75 on the speedometer there. It's right at the top of the 5. So that when you were going 75, you can still see the digit. It doesn't actually cover it. Not sure if we're taking 10 or...
Keep right.
Yeah, we're taking 10, okay. Drive off. Definitely not recovered our fuel economy. I'm sure having us roll at 85 miles an hour is not helpful. When we get done with this one, I might take some time and look and see if a FLD long nose or any other Freightliners are available. I'm just really surprised they don't have a Columbia. Yeah, I mean the Cascadia is the successor to that. I wonder if you can put one of these Detroits in a Cascadia. I'm not really sure. Originally, there was really only not many engine options, but I think maybe there is now. It'd be interesting to put a 60 series Detroit in a Cascadia. Definitely haul ass. Maybe that's what I geared it to do.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
had smart shift turned on. I do. Okay. I was wondering why it was jumping ahead in gears. It's too bad the cat doesn't work in this game, because that'd be a perfect place for the cat right over there. I mean, in this truck, not this game, the truck. The opposite engine of the S13 that I've, you know, in the
keep right and then turn right. Reroute.
What the fuck?
Recomputing.
I done fucked up. Let me figure out what I did here, because I can go in this parking lot, I think, or that one over here. What the fuck did I just do? Okay, so we could have stayed on I-10 and went all the way down that way. I could turn left into that lot and come back. Or I could have stayed on I-10 the whole fucking time and just ran over. That's definitely shorter, because you're cutting, you know, you're cutting the corner. All right. Let's flip it around and see if we can go back the way we need to go. Actually, what we might be able to do. I have a suspicion that you're going to come across corners that it'll say recommended 55, even though the speed limit's... Yeah, like this one. What life, you would not have done... Well, you probably would have done that eventually, but... Says 55. In a car, those don't matter that much. In a truck, they do.
Go straight on, and then keep left. Keep left. Go straight on.
there, guys. Bridge over there? Yeah, I guess it is. Certainly didn't get good fuel economy on this trip. Got to get a 2K monitor. Oh shit.
Keep right, and then turn right. Recompute.
I just missed the fucking exit.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Where the fuck are we going? Is it right there? Turn arrow. I have a turn arrow.
and then turn right. Turn right. This is where it ends.
Let's see. Alright, guys. That'll be it. Nice. All right, guys, that'll be it for this trip. An hour-long video. I'm gonna probably do another one here in a minute, but probably switch into the either International 9800, which I'll show you here. Um, um, so there's this one. You can see how short the wheelbase is. The front end overhangs quite a bit. I don't remember what engine's in this one. I put the a newer S13 engine in it with a 18 speed. I'm surprised the T14 is available. Be an interesting, be like a opposite of a glider. You know, usually a glider you got a new truck with an old engine. This would be an old truck with a new engine. Kind of interesting. Um, I wonder if Z mods, if any of the Z mod engines are available. No, they're not. That's probably why. Um, let's see what's available in this one. Older engines, 3406. So maybe that's why I put that engine in it, was it didn't have a lot of choices. But let's look at the other the huh. Maybe I don't have that FLD in here anymore. Let's see if it's available. Maybe it was a mod that got broken by one of the updates. No, it's right here. Huh. Maybe it's not available with more than just a 2-axle. No, it is. Weird. And I had one of these. But I think what happened is when the mod broke, I deleted the truck, and I started to delete the trucks thinking they were going to be broken forever. And then the next day, this stupid mod got fixed. So maybe we'll build another FLD, and then drive it as my next video. All right, guys, that'll be it. Ken97 still 171 signing off. Be safe out there. Have a good holiday.